Jacqueline, Dr. Simone, Dr. Heather, Dr. Contessa, Toya, Anila.
Hey guys, alright, so Married to Medicine Season 8 reunion trailer dropped, and I'm going to watch the trailer and give you my commentary. So I am loving, by the way, if you guys don't know, Married to Medicine is one of my favorite shows. First is New York City Housewives, and then it's Married to Medicine. That's my placement. I believe that this show should be a housewife show. But I love it. I just love the, I think it's so authentic, their friendships. And they when they fight, it's like when New York City, when those women fight. They fight, but then they forgive each other in the next 5 minutes. And that's what I love about that franchise, and that's what I love about this franchise. I love that they're that this is a genuine sisterhood, and I love that they're all doctors minus Toya and Anila and Quad. But you know, they're successful with their own business as well. But I love that Contessa, Simone, Heavenly, and Jackie, they're all doctors, and I love that they're just, I think that I like that they're role models for the Black community. That, you know, we don't have to be a model or a singer or a rapper or any of those other nonsense entertainers. You know, you can actually go to school and actually have your own practice and build a career for yourselves. And that's what these women are saying for, and their husbands too, because Eugene, you know, Toya's husband, and who else husband? Heavenly's husband, and Contessa's husband, and Neela's husband, even though he's Indian, but is also, you know, they're standing for the Indian community. I like that they are actually telling, you know, there's a chance that you can be successful if you just do it this way. So that's why I like this show, because it gives us hope. You know, I'm in nursing school, so I want to be a nurse, and so I connect to them. This season was a little off, and I think because of COVID, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling this season a lot. But I mean, I still are entertained by these women, whether there's drama or not. I will tune in. They could just be talking to a fire hydrant, and I'll be tuning in because I just think that they're so entertaining. Toya was a little bit moody this season. I just think that it's because she's over the BS. You know what, Toya? I think that you need to leave the show. Not because I don't like you. I do like you, but I think that you are over the drama. Because of these reality shows are designed to have an argument or a fight at every function that they throw. And that can be really, really annoying and really exhausting for someone to have to film. You know, I'm going to throw a $30,000 party, but just know that there's going to be a fight. And that's annoying. So I think that that's why Toya is just annoyed with everybody, because she just is over the BS, that there's always drama at every event. And then, you know, granted, you are starting the drama because you're, you know, creating the mood, Toya, but I think I understand why you're annoyed with everybody. If that makes sense. Do you all understand what I'm saying? Probably not, because I'm probably talking crazy. I'm not really feeling good. I have a headache, y'all. So, yeah. Alright, so let's watch this trailer and see what these ladies are going to bring to us.
Coming up on a dramatic 3-part reunion. Who do you think has the most to answer to?
Probably Toya.
Yeah.
It's time to change the narrative and be honest about some things.
She had a bad season.
This one here called me stupid, a prostitute. Don't raise your voice at me because I don't like it. Some of the girls do not want me to be here.
Yeah, well, this girl wants you to be here.
I don't.
No, you hold grudges. We all hold grudges. See, I'm going to stop letting you put that toe tag on me. You treated me like a puppet. I didn't beg, I didn't borrow, I didn't steal, like some others. Girl, she's crazy. You cannot be so blunt and front with people. Ellie, you are one to talk.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
You crazy.
She's such a bully.
Oh my God. You popped her cherry.
You know, Bill Gates just filed for divorce. I think we could hook that up.
Well, dude, do what you're doing. Let me see what I can do.
Husbands 101.
Your wife's always right. Your wife's always right.
Everybody up here has gotten something inappropriate in their DM.
I don't know if you're going to go as far as block them right away.
I heard our wives collectively all pass out.
Where do you two stand today?
When I fall down and out with people, I fall hard.
I hate that they were fighting this
Have you
season.
talked about divorce?
Contessa has.
You filed.
Hey, this is a sneak attack.
Hold them accountable.
The guys are crashing the stage. With the divorce thing, did we say we was going through it?
Are you been faithfully in marriage?
I hate that this happened to them.
I have 3 kids. This thing is so high.
Ugh. I just hate that that happened to them, and I blame the show for that, because I feel like reality TV splits up relationships and friendships. And not saying that, I mean, I don't know if he was cheating on her, and I blame the show for him cheating on her, but I just hate the fact that we have to actually see this, because they were such a good couple, and some things I don't want to see on reality TV, especially if it's for people who I like. I wish that they handled those problems off camera. But I know that they can't, because, you know, it's for the show. But I just hate that happened to them. I really did like Contessa and Scott. And I really, you know, I don't like them for the show, because I really think that they're better than this show. But because I like them a lot. You know, some people don't need to be on the show, and they're one of them. They don't need to be on the show, because I really, really like them, and they're better than the show. Do they need to get divorced? Maybe. Or maybe they need to see a counselor. I think they're seeing a counselor, though, and I think that's not helping either. Maybe they're, you know, maybe they work together, and that's not healthy too. I don't really think that if your husband and wife should really work together, because you need your time apart. Even though they were apart, they did have their own practices. I don't know. I don't want them to get divorced, but if it's to make them happy, maybe they need to get divorced. You know, especially the kids don't need to be seeing all that drama either. But I really think that Contessa really loves her husband, but I think her husband is tapped out. And I'm not saying that maybe he found another woman and cheated on her, but maybe, you know, the love did die down. Maybe it's just the spark isn't there no more. And that's okay. You know, just like people stop being friends with people, or people stop, you know, loving their significant other, not because they're interested in someone else, but they just change as a person. And maybe Scott and Contessa changed, and they're no longer the people that they were, you know, 20 years ago when they got married. And that's okay. You know, they can separate respectfully and peacefully and continue to be there for one another, especially for the kids, separately, if that makes sense. If I ever was to get married, I hope that, one, I never get divorced, but if I do get divorced, I hope it's not messy, and that, you know, one person is cheating on the other person. Hope that we can, you know, equally agree that we are just two separate people. Does that make sense? I'm just rambling on today. Sorry, my head is I'm not feeling good. You know, when you don't feel good, you just can go on and on and on. But that's what I think about it. And I don't know why I'm giving marriage tips, because I've never been married. I've never been close to married, even though I was engaged once. But that never really went through. But yeah, I don't like to see, I'm sad to see Contessa and Scott have marriage issues. And I'm scared, and it was sad to see Simone and Jackie go through it too this season, because they're BFFs. But like I said, the TV, they like to ruin relationships and friendships. I don't know why. Well, I know why they do it, because they need views. They, you know, it's always production. Production actually gets in these women's ears, and they put a bug in their ear because they want to get them riled up. You know, for the show purposes. But yeah, I'm sad to see Jackie and Simone go through their friendship issues. But I do think that they will be back to being BFFs by next season. But it was a little hiccup. And, you know, I think if you have a long-lasting friendship with somebody, we all have hiccups, you know. But we always find our way back to each other. Because of our friendships, I think that it's stronger than relationships. I think that we love our friends more than we love our own family sometimes, or our own spouses sometimes. So I do see them being back to BFFs by next season. Heavenly, I don't like you. You are a bully. She is such a bully. And I know that she's funny, and yes, she makes us all laugh sometimes, but she starts a lot of shit. And nobody, especially like Toya said, Jackie does not hold her accountable. Heavenly starts a lot of the bullshit, even with Quad and Toya. Heavenly started that shit with Quad. She started the entire thing, I mean, between Quad and Toya. And no one even acknowledges that she starts all this bullshit. She's a bullshit person, and I really don't like Heavenly. I used to love Heavenly. Heavenly was the reason why I started watching the show, but I don't like Heavenly no more. She's a bully. I don't like how she just bullies people. She bullied Lisa Nicole when she was on the show years ago. She bullied the new woman Anila, and I like Anila too, but I do prefer Mariah. I want Mariah back on the show. We can have Anila and Mariah, but Anila is not a good replacer for Mariah. But I want to see Anila back for next season, but I also want to see Mariah back. It's sad that they demoted her for whatever reason, or fired her for whatever reason. I'm happy that they did demote Quad, because I never really cared for Quad. I hope that she's not full-time next season. She doesn't need to be full-time. She can be a part-timer, but I do want to see Mariah being back full-time. Even though she is the EP, she still is working on the show. I want to see her in front of the cameras, because Mariah is shady and she's funny. But Heavenly, you are a fucking bully, and I just have no respect for you. I like your kids. Your daughter is my favorite. I love Heavenly's family. I like her husband. I like her boys. I like her daughter. But Heavenly, you are just too nasty to have a nice family that you do have. You're just such a nasty, vile person, and there's no need to be so mean to everybody all the time. You are an entrepreneur. You have your own dental practice. You have a loving family. Everyone in your family is so nice. Why are you just so nasty and mean? And like, why? Why? Karma's gonna come back to you. And it may not hit you, but it may hit your kids. So remember that. You may think that karma may not happen to you, but someone may bully your kids in the future. Just FYI. So just, you know, you get what you give. So I usually do like the reunion looks. I usually tell you who's my favorite look and who's my worst look. But their reunion looks are always just tacky and wacky. You know, for some beautiful black women, they have terrible taste. So I can't really even say who my favorite look is because I don't know. They all, I guess Dr. Jackie would be my favorite look, but everyone else is just, I don't like anyone's look. It just really, especially Contessa, she would get the worst. If I had to put, she would get the worst, and I guess Jackie would get the best, and I can't rank anybody else because they all look a mess. I never thought that black people didn't have taste in fashion, but clearly, you know, these black women, they have no taste in fashion, especially for Anila. Anila, you're in the fashion industry, and you look terrible. I just don't like, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I think they're all on acid when they got dressed. I don't know. But that's my viewpoint on season 8 and this reunion. What's your viewpoint? Did you like the season? What do you think? Comment below and talk to me, people. Alright, so the Real Housewives of Madison, the Married to Madison season 8 reunion premieres June 27th at 9 Central on Bravo. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please subscribe to my page if you haven't already. And while you're on my page, check out my other videos and let me know if you agree or disagree with anything that I said. Down below in the description area, under More Marcus, I put my Instagram and Twitter information, so go ahead and follow me, guys. That way you can send me a DM for any video requests that you have. I can't wait to talk to you all again. Bye, guys.
I might put some